Welcome back, everybody, to the Green List, episode 3.
Episode 3, we are back.
Yeah.
Ready to roll.
2 new, I guess 1 new. 1 brand new rich person. Old rich person, new to us.
What?
A new rich person that we're researching today.
Oh, yeah, one. Yes, I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is an exciting one this week.
I think am I going first?
Yeah.
Oh.
You go first. You got it pulled up already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we got an exciting one this week. One who everyone knows of, but might not know some of the behind the scenes.
Very true.
Some of his early life, how he got rich, and definitely nobody knows what he's doing now because he's doing so many different things.
Yeah, I basically only see him in a couple memes here and there, and that's about it.
Yeah. We're talking about Michael Jordan. Probably, I feel comfortable saying this, the richest off-the-field athlete. Probably the richest athlete of all time, but the most successful off-the-field athlete ever.
Is that true? Richest athlete all time?
I think so.
What's he worth? We'll bleep it. What's he
lot.
worth?
I don't know.
What do you mean? You don't know his net worth?
I do. It's somewhere in here, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot of
What about
different.
Conor
There's a
McGregor?
lot of different estimates. Conor McGregor?
Yeah, or Floyd Mayweather?
I don't know. I haven't done. Oh, I should do those guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm done putting. I don't know.
All right. Well, a
think he's
bold
one of the
claim that he's the
richest.
richest athlete of all time.
I think
Bold.
no. One of the richest. I think he's the most successful off-the-field athlete of all time.
Right. Okay.
I think that's fair.
But he's also one of the most successful on the field, court, floor, whatever.
I
Athletes
think
of
he's
all
up
time as
there.
well.
His net worth is $3.5 billion.
Okay.
I don't know the other guys. I guess I'd have to check, but I don't know.
Okay.
But-
Bold claim. Bold. Very bold.
I think that's
Okay, I have a question
see.
for you. Before we get into it, I have a question for you.
shoot.
LeBron or MJ?
MJ, because I like him more.
Ooh.
It's gut. This is a gut.
Old head. We
vibes.
caught him.
I don't think
Con
so.
4K, old head.
I don't think so. This is a good question to ask me because I'm not into the NBA that much.
I know, I'm not either.
So this is like man on the street. Like, what do you think?
I know. I'm a man on the street too. I always thought
So
it was
what do you
MJ.
think?
I always thought
Yeah,
it was
see,
MJ
that's what I
too,
mean. Man on the street without getting into
But you know
the
what? I was
nitty-gritty.
always in the hard MJ camp, but I don't actually watch basketball.
Me neither.
And I'm flirting with the idea of liking LeBron more. I'm flirting. I'm not there yet, but
I think I could be swayed with some well-placed arguments.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I also think that.
But
I'm
gut
not the person to
feeling-
deliver those arguments, so.
Yeah, no. But gut feeling, MJ. Which
Okay,
I think is fine.
Yeah, that is fine.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get into it now. He was born in Brooklyn, New York, but grew up, as most people know, in Wilmington, North Carolina. He
Did not know that.
I guess you don't really know him.
I don't know. No.
Anyway, he has 4 other siblings, so a lot of siblings. 4th oldest child.
4th oldest.
Yeah.
So the 2nd youngest. Is that the same?
Is that the same?
I don't know. I'm just clarifying if he's the 2nd oldest or 2nd youngest. Like, is he have one
Second
young-
oldest.
So he has 1 older sibling.
Yeah, Larry.
Okay, and then 3 younger siblings.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why you said 4th oldest, but that's fine.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I worded that weird. But
Yeah. Okay.
anyway.
It doesn't matter. Completely irrelevant. But that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
He played a bunch of sports as a kid. Obviously, he played basketball. He actually learned to play basketball in his own backyard, playing with his older brother Larry on a court that his dad built, which is kind of interesting.
How do you build a basketball court?
I think you just put a bunch of asphalt down in a net,
Okay.
and then you have a de facto court
I guess so.
in your backyard.
Yeah.
And he played a lot of baseball, which obviously he had a stint in the MLB, but his first love was baseball. Actually, he threw 2 no-hitters in Little League,
Wow.
which is pretty interesting. I don't know how many no-hitters
That's what I was about to say.
yeah, are thrown in Little League. It might be slightly easier, but
I don't know. Maybe it's harder to throw a new hitter in Little League because the ball's so slow.
I think it's easy.
Like, you know how it's easier
but the
to
batters
hit a
are much
bunch
worse.
in high school and stuff?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Anyway, so yeah, his first dream was to go pro in baseball,
Hmm.
which is kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, but I'll shoot you a question. Obviously, we all have, dreams when we're children. If you could go back in time and dedicate yourself to something, what sport do you think you could have made it in? You get to keep like the knowledge you have now.
I don't know. So obviously,
But
MJ,
you go back.
MJ did baseball.
Like some sports you'll just never be successful at.
Yeah. I was a pretty good fucking curler. Really good. In high school, I was pretty fucking good.
Okay, but let's imagine
Walk
it's a
on team,
sport
I was the
that-
vice captain.
Let's imagine
They
it's
call
a
it vice, but
Oh my god.
yeah.
Okay, but let's imagine it's a
Okay.
sports that people want to like do as a kid.
So not
Yeah.
curling.
I guess if that's what you want to say, that's fine.
Well, you're saying what could I be good at now? I'm saying curling.
You think curling you could have gone pro? I don't know if we have
I don't
curling.
know.
We have like the Briar Cup, I guess.
Pro curling?
Yeah.
I could be a pro curler.
Okay, curling. That's good answer.
I don't
man.
know.
That's awesome.
What am I gonna say? Not hockey. I'm not big enough for hockey.
don't
Football,
think so?
certainly.
No,
fucking not.
certainly not football.
Maybe basketball or volleyball. I've got the height for that. Maybe, but I'm also I don't know.
No,
Basketball's
volleyball players are
hard,
huge.
man. Basketball's hard. There's people that grind basketball. I couldn't do that. Maybe volleyball. Maybe if I practiced, but I didn't practice. I don't know. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah. What would you sport? What sport would you be good at?
Golf.
Yeah. Fuck. Whatever, man.
Because I think golf is like a function of how much you can practice as a kid.
So you think
Because
that,
I get to keep the knowledge I have now. So I just practice a ton.
Oh, if I got to keep the knowledge I have now?
Yeah, like you're going back in time knowing that, like I agree, like basketball, football, volleyball, like will probably never make it, like genetics and other stuff. But
What about chess?
no,
If you started early enough.
no, because people are just prodigies.
Yeah, true. Okay.
All right, you can
I
have
don't know.
curling. That was awesome.
I don't know. Curling's
All right, that's fine, I guess.
yeah, curling is fun. If you haven't curled before, you should curl. Have you curled?
No,
You should. It's really fun.
I don't want to curl.
Okay. You're missing out.
Okay, man. Anyway, he continued the trend of being a multi-sport athlete at high school. As we all know, most people know, he got cut from the varsity basketball team in his sophomore year, which is a story, that a lot of people like to share.
Mhm.
Probably drove his work ethic, put the chip on his shoulder, starting out early.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can.
Do you think he deserved to get cut?
Probably.
Yeah, he probably did. He was probably terrible.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that is a good point. People
I always hear this.
People treat the story like it's an absolute insane
Yeah.
move, but he might have just been bad.
He probably was just bad. He probably deserved to get cut.
Maybe this was actually funny. This is verbatim the article I got it from. It says he got his famous sophomore year cut from the varsity basketball team, which drove him to grow from 5'11" to 6'3". I don't think getting cut drove his growth, but that was kind of funny. That's a line.
He installed
from
a
the
pull-up
article.
bar in his room and he
Yeah, it was
started
very
hanging
funny
from it.
how they wrote that. Like,
That
so
is
yeah,
really
he
funny.
happened to grow to 6'3", and then was obviously better at.
No, it's the
Basketball.
motivation of getting cut
Yes, I
that
thought
made
that
him
was
want to
very
grow.
funny.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
I still haven't been able to find the motivation to grow, but when I find it, I will. Yeah, I guess tall.
You'll be like unstoppable.
Yeah,
eh?
that's what I
Fuck.
think. He also played baseball and football and was quite good at both. So very athletic guy.
Michael Jordan is playing football.
Yeah, I don't know what position. It said he played wide receiver, but which I think makes sense.
If you're playing baseball and basketball, yeah.
So here's a debate that has been popular, hot in the streets. Do you think it would be easier for NFL to go to the NBA or NBA to go to the NFL? Like
There's a
crossover.
lot of fatties in the NFL, man. A lot.
Okay,
of
but let's
fatties.
assume that the people crossing over from the NBA are going like tight end or wide receiver, or like something like that. Like big, like 6'7", athletic, good frame.
I think going.
Or can you just take
to-
because basketball's so high skill, right? So taking an NFL player and putting them in the NBA, like your raw athleticism, I think doesn't get you as far as the other way. NBA to NFL. What do you think?
I was until you said that I was just gonna say NBA. That it'd be easier to go to the NBA.
But why? Because that's
I
way
think-
more like high skill.
I was gonna say like because you have to learn like all the.
like playbooks and stuff. But there's a lot
Yeah,
of
but-
plays in the NBA as well.
Yeah, I
like
guess.
offenses and
Hmm.
everything.
Okay, yeah, it's probably harder to go to the NBA. It's probably easier to be a wide receiver.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because like your raw athleticism is like easier to carry over and like succeed at the NFL.
Yeah, I think a couple days of practicing, you're probably fine.
that's what I mean. Like the NBA, like dribbling and shooting are very high skill activities.
Yeah.
Like just being a freak athlete and like jumping up and like high pointing a football is
Yeah, I think you
More.
got me. I think you got me.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
But anyway, so I don't know. I see that debated a lot, but I think it's like a pretty straightforward answer. But I don't know.
I think so too.
To each
I
their
think
own.
you're right.
Anyways, he decided to focus his passion on basketball and ended up going to play at UNC, where he had a pretty good career.
Is that a college?
University of North Carolina.
Okay, I thought that. I just
They
want
have
to make
like
sure.
the powder blue. That color is actually trademarked. Did you know that? Only they can use that color in the whole world. They call it Carolina blue.
I have a question. What do you mean they can use it like in an academic school setting?
No, like nobody else can use that color for like clothes or anything. Cars, shoes. It's like a trademarked color.
That's
Yeah.
sounds so ridiculous.
Now, I don't know what
That's so
happens
ridiculous.
if you make like a couple shades lighter or darker. I guess you're fine. So I don't know like how enforceable the trademark
How
is.
do you trademark a fucking
I don't
color?
know.
That's crazy.
We'll explore that.
I think if it was in a certain setting, like if in academia you can't use this color to represent your school's logo. Okay, fine, I guess I'm okay with that. But just to blanket say this
That's
is
what they
my
say.
color,
Yeah.
this is my color. Are they really gonna sue me if I use their color? I don't think so. I really don't think so. It's crazy.
I don't know. Anyway,
That's a challenge. Our first set of merch is gonna be fucking Carolina.
yeah,
blue.
we're gonna see.
And
This
is a direct challenge. You can sue us. I don't think they will. I think they're liars.
Okay, awesome. That might get us on the map. That could be good. Smart.
Yeah.
No publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah, let's get sued. Fuck it, who cares?
Cool. Good start. Anyways, he was drafted by the Chicago Bulls in 1984 as the 3rd overall pick. A lot of people think he went 1st overall, but he didn't. I don't know who did. But
Okay. 3rd overall. That's
Yeah.
still pretty good.
yeah, and he was immediately found success. He averaged 28 points in his rookie season, which is very good.
28?
Yeah.
That's a fuckload.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, playing in like an era where a lot of people say it was a lot harder, more physical.
Okay.
So pretty good. And yeah, he wore his UNC like his college basketball shorts, his practice shorts under his Bulls uniform for luck throughout his career. So he wore like 2 sets of shorts
Throughout his career.
Yeah. Quirky.
It's weird as fuck.
I mean, I know whatever works for him.
I know they're superstitious, but like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He played 15 seasons in the NBA, primarily with the Bulls, as we know, but he also had later on in his career a stint with the Wizards, Washington Wizards. I think that was after he retired twice. So that might have been, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Athletes love doing that, man. They love it.
Yeah, I think they like retiring because you get all the like goodbyes, we love you and we miss you, and then you get to come back and do it again.
Yeah.
Tom Brady did that.
Yeah, he did.
He retired and then
did
everyone
Gronk do that?
Yeah, but Gronk, yeah. Yeah,
Gronk kind of did it. Wait, did he retire and then come back, or was he just like, no, you can't trade me, I'm retired?
Yeah.
Was that the same time?
Yeah, so I think like he probably just retired because he wanted to choose which team he would go to on his own terms, which is kind of funny.
How can you trade me? I'm retired.
That's basically what he said, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll go play for the Bucks with Tom Brady."
That's
unretired.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
I know, that's pretty great.
The fact that you can do that is so legendary.
Yeah, but he had a very successful NBA career. Played over 1,000 games, averaging over 30 points per game. And he won 6 NBA championships. He's a perfect 6-0, and he won the Finals MVP each time.
Wow.
So pretty successful.
That is cool.
Yeah, he's pretty good. 5 regular season MVPs, 14 All-Star selections, 3 All-Star Game MVPs, 10 All-NBA first teams, and 9 All-Defensive first teams.
What happened in all those years? What happened in the years that he was playing? Like, what happened to the one year he wasn't an All-Star?
That's a good question. I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know. That is pretty crazy. That he only
out of
missed
15.
it. Yeah, I wonder if that bugs him.
I don't know. Probably not. He's probably so fucking rich as
Maybe. He obviously won Rookie of the Year as well when he averaged 20 like in his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, incredibly successful two-way player, which I don't know, you don't see as much anymore. But also no one plays defense anymore. So
no, there's no defense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll get into the financials a bit. He obviously played in an era where the contracts weren't as big. So where am I going here? Yeah, for the first 8 seasons of his NBA career, when he was probably having some like the most success, he only earned $24 million, which is crazy.
Years?
Yeah, in 8 years, because now people are earning that like for a year if you're like a bench player. Yeah,
the cap must have been. Wait, is there a cap?
Yeah, there's a cap.
Wow.
And obviously it was lower, but
is it a soft cap or you just pay luxury tax?
I believe it's luxury tax. Yes, I believe that's how it works.
Interesting. I mean, the cap would obviously have gone up.
Yeah, and then
$24 million
for his first 8 years.
Isn't
that crazy?
Crazy. Now, what's a supermax deal now? Like 60 a year?
Yeah,
something like that.
Might even be more. So it might be 62. Luka was in line for before he got traded. It's nuts. It's ridiculous. It's beyond like conceivable. It blows every other league. I guess other than like soccer out of the water and baseball.
Well, I guess. Oh, but what about? I mean, the NFL, you'll have quarterbacks that go for 60 mil a year.
I guess. Yeah, but the top of the top, like the NBA. I guess what I'm trying to say is getting like a $30 million contract in the NBA is far easier than any.
Interesting.
Than any other league.
Interesting.
But yeah. So anyways, his big jumps in earnings came later. So when he came back from his first retirement, he earned almost $4 million just for a 1-year deal. Then
That's it? Isn't that crazy? That's
yeah,
nothing.
but then the year after that, he signed a 1-year deal for $30 million, followed by another 1-year deal for $33 million.
What the hell happened between the 1-4 year? What happened in the league?
The
cap
cap
went
know.
up
I'd have
doubled?
to. I don't. Yeah,
That's crazy.
maybe.
Who knows? That's crazy.
It is pretty crazy. I think the problem was he locked himself in to like a really low contract, because in 1988 he signed the 8-year extension worth like $26 million. Yeah.
I see.
So they locked him in. I mean, they got a really good deal. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, so anyway, he ended up making almost 70% of his like career NBA earnings in those 2 years, like post first retirement.
Wow.
Yeah, and then post second retirement, that's when he got into the Wizards for 3 years and earned.
So he retired 3 fucking times.
No, twice.
But you just said he retired twice.
Yeah, so he played, retired, played. Oh yeah, then I guess 3 times. You're right, but he didn't come back after the third one. I know, it's pretty.
He did
crazy.
the double comeback. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
wow,
that's pretty crazy. So it looks in total he earned about $94 million, which is about $171 in 2025 dollars. That's still crazy.
But
yeah,
not
but
not a lot
for Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I know.
It's almost nothing, which is pretty crazy.
So basically, what you're telling me is that Daniel Jones made just as much money as Michael Jordan did.
Yeah, Danny Dimes and
Danny
MJ
Dimes
equal
and
same.
Same.
Isn't that crazy?
It's questionable, that's for sure.
I
I wish
know.
I was Daniel Jones right now. See, that's the thing. I could make it as a fucking NFL player. All I have to do is be better than Daniel Jones. Easy.
You think you could be a good? I think that's not that crazy.
Being better than Daniel Jones?
You could get drafted as a quarterback and like sign a deal worth like probably 20 to 40 million. All right, now let's talk about his off the court success, which is far greater, especially in terms of money.
Mm-hmm.
So as we know, he's got the Jordan brand, Air Jordans.
Awesome brand. Do you own any Jordans?
No, I don't. Maybe one day.
Me neither.
But he's done extremely well with it. He reportedly, this isn't confirmed, but he reportedly earns about 5% of royalties on all sales. So
that's big.
That's huge. So in 2022, the brand generated about $5 billion, netting him about $250 million.
Wait. Was that last year?
2022. So it's probably more now.
How the fuck did he negotiate his way into 5% of sales? That is bonkers, man.
I know that is bonkers. Crazy. Apparently his mom helped him with that, like negotiating the original deal. So very business savvy.
5% is insane.
I think it's in perpetuity as well.
That's ridiculous.
And
because that is some businesses like full margin.
It's crazy, yeah. So an estimates, like people guess he's earned around $2 billion from Nike lifetime. So shoes and like endorsements, but mostly from the shoes, obviously.
Oh my god,
$2 billion.
That's insanity. What a good deal for him. That's a great
deal.
Isn't
that maybe one of the best contracts ever negotiated?
Holy,
maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
I hope that agent's getting, whoever negotiated that for him better be.
I think it's his mom.
That's crazy.
Which is pretty. Yeah, she helped.
Good for Mama.
Yeah,
Jordan.
I don't think he had
awesome.
a specific agent or anything. Like his mom was.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
around in the early days helping with contract stuff. He owns a minority stake in the Charlotte Hornets.
Right, yep.
Which he's pretty active owner. He's usually at the games. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, as a guy, like one of the peaks is being rich enough to own a sports team? Because I've heard that being thrown out for like the ultimate barometer of success is when you can own a sports team as a dude.
Do you want to own a sports team?
Yeah.
You do?
I think so.
Okay, what sports team would you want to own? There's a correct answer? There's definitely a correct answer.
I think you're thinking NFL.
No, actually, no.
I was gonna say NHL.
Ooh, that would be cool.
What were you gonna say?
Formula One.
No, that's not the correct answer.
Because I'm not really. One team would be fucking awesome. Are you crazy?
I would far rather have an NHL or NFL team than a Formula One team.
Really? Okay,
yeah,
NFL.
Those are the sports that
I think NFL. Having an NFL team is cool.
Why do I want to own an F1 team? Like, why is that better? I guess. I get to be in the owner's suite every night for home games.
Why would Formula One be better? You get to go around the world. That's kind of cool. You get to travel around the world and I don't know. I don't know. I just think.
But I can do that anyway. I'm rich. I own a sports team.
Yeah,
I can travel. I can go to every Formula One race if I want.
Think of how baller you'd feel parking your fucking mega yacht in Monaco.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Have you seen the clip where I don't know who it is, but he crashes and then goes to his yacht? Have you seen that clip? It's from the race. I'll show it to you after the podcast, but owning a yacht would be cool. So what do you think? You think owning a sports team is the pinnacle? Or is it owning like a mega yacht? Or is it...
No, the pinnacle... Okay, so it used to
like
be
solving world hunger?
No, so owning a sports team used to be the pinnacle. The pinnacle now is owning a space exploration company.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
That's the new barometer.
Participating in the billionaire space race. Okay.
Yeah. If you can get in your rocket and then experience 0G and then land back on the ground, that's like the
sports team too.
Yeah, sports team is 2.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. That's awesome. Actually, he co-founded 23 XI Racing, which is an offshoot of NASCAR, with Danny Hamlin. I think it's a team. It's a team. It's backed by Toyota. Yeah, and
what's it called? The league, the circuit.
I think it's like a NASCAR. Like it's a car in NASCAR.
It's a car in NASCAR.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a NASCAR team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So he funded that, which is interesting. I didn't know he was into NASCAR, but apparently he is. He enjoys it.
That is cool.
Yeah.
NASCAR, not as cool, but...
NASCAR better than F1?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm just kidding. He owns his own tequila brand, Sincoro Tequila.
Yeah, so we're just doing stuff because we're like, just for fun.
He owns
we're not seriously doing this.
So he owns his own golf course. It caters to an elite 100-member roster, private golf club, invite only. Rory McIlroy is a member, but it's pretty cool.
How often do you think Rory golfs there, though? Twice a year, maybe?
Yeah, a couple times a year.
Yeah.
I mean, he lives in Florida, so probably not that much. Probably twice a year.
Yeah.
And allegedly, not allegedly, but he is a pretty big gambler, Michael Jordan. Like, he enjoys gambling.
Yes, I knew that, yeah.
And apparently he built this course, like, specifically to tailor to his game. Like, so the hole's set up really nice. Yeah, like, no, like, just his golf game. So, like, he hits a cut. So the hole's, like, set up really nicely if you hit a cut. Or, like, apparently, like, a lot of the holes, the tees he plays from, he has, like, a really comfortable yardage in that he likes. So, like, he'll hit his drive, like, I don't know, like, say 260 to 300, and then he'll have, like, a perfect, like, 115 wedge in.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so,
that's so funny.
like, he'll
Does he
take
have the
people...
course record? He definitely doesn't.
I don't know, probably not if pros play.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, so allegedly he'll go
funny.
there and play for money, but like everything sets up for him, like the greens and his misses.
Imagine
is pretty
having
funny.
that conversation with the architect, like, okay, listen.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah,
this is what I need. Okay,
yeah.
And I'll pay you lots of money, but it needs to be perfect for what I need.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you think you set up the deal like, listen, all my gambling winnings I have in a year, I'm going to pay you as the architect, and I'm going to pay you 10%. Okay, so you're going to design it to my game.
I don't know. Maybe, who knows? He has so much money.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But owning your own golf course, that's got to be pretty cool.
That is cool. Free golf.
As many times as you want. It's pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. And then he's got tons of other endorsement deals. Gatorade, Hanes, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Be Like Mike campaigns, all of that stuff. And then he's just got tons. The smaller ventures is, I'll just rip through them quickly. He's got a steakhouse, a Nissan dealership, Miami Marlin Steak, special advisor to DraftKings, which I'm not sure...
What the fuck does that mean?
So I'm not sure what he's advising them on exactly. I think that's a fancy way of saying like he's like a spokesperson.
Yeah,
or just gets people to sign up. Yeah. But okay. I like special advisor sounds a lot better than brand ambassador, so I like that.
Okay, but maybe he's advising them on like how to run the business from a sports perspective. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, this is coming up. Maybe you should run this type of promotion or this. Maybe it's strategic and not like. I don't know. You and I are thinking like lines. Like he's obviously not advising lines, but
no, he's not pricing stuff. No. But anyway, so yeah, he's doing a ton of stuff. He's staying busy. I wonder if he gets to a point where he forgets everything like he's involved in. But who knows?
He probably has people to help him with that.
Yeah, but eventually you need people to help the people because you get so much stuff going on. But it's pretty awesome. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah,
is what I'll say. So if you add it all up, the estimates come in to around $6 billion for non-basketball ventures. Net, if you net all that out, taxes and all that, around $3.5 billion from Michael Jordan.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a rich man.
Yep. Now he does whatever he wants and
literally
lives a good life. Yeah, golfs, sports. He owns enough sports teams to have something going on every season, which is sharp.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You got all this money, right?
Tons of money.
Yeah, tons. Oodles.
More than you know.
You own a sports team and shit.
Yeah.
What day of you being rich, like how many days would pass from the day you got rich? What day would it be that you were like, I want to own a Nissan dealership? What day would that be?
I think year 3, somewhere in year 3.
Why Nissan?
I don't know. It's so interesting.
So-
I think what might have happened for some of these smaller ventures is it's like a friend or
Yeah.
a family member, and they come to you and they say, "I got this good idea. Will you cut
Jordan,
me a
please.
check?
Michael, please.
Will you invest?" And you say yes, and
Yeah.
then they buy a
Yeah.
Nissan dealership, and you
True.
now own a Nissan dealership.
True. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
I
But yeah,
think that's
almost
kind of what starts to
exactly what
happen.
Yeah.
Mhm. So
Fair enough,
I don't think
yeah.
he's out dying to own a Nissan dealership. I think it's probably I'll fund your Nissan dealership
Do you think
if you want.
Do you think he like got a Nissan out of that deal?
Yeah,
Nice
probably.
Nissan? You
Yeah.
know,
I
I don't
think,
even know.
I
if
think
there's
he.
a nice
I don't
Nissan.
know. A Supra? No, it's Mazda. Is that?
I don't
I don't know.
car guy.
I don't know anything about cars either.
Yeah. Fuck.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah,
Wow.
That's him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you for teaching me about Michael Jordan. It's
You're
really-
welcome. I think he's
it's cool.
a good one. I gotta rank him now.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Completely forgot our scale.
Me too.
Okay. Well, I know one of them is coolness.
I'm gonna give him 6.5 gold stars out of 7.
5 big booms.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't. What was this? What was the scale?
It was. I don't know. Wasn't it out of 10?
1 to 10.
And we said the coolest was Bill Perkins, and then we said Elon Musk.
How they got there?
I don't remember. I completely forgot.
This guy's pretty awesome. I'm gonna give him a 9.5 in every single category. Number 1 on the list.
That's crazy. You can't just do
No, I'm
that.
just kidding. I don't know.
He's cool.
I can't remember
He's
what
cool.
we were at.
I think I would. if
I
you
think
said
he's
he was-
cooler than Bill Perkins,
I think you're right.
and he's far richer.
Yes. What did we say? Bill
And
Perkins was an 8.
I can't remember anything. That's the problem. We gotta write this down.
I think you should. He's first. Yeah, we should write this shit down.
He's
Nah,
first.
we're not writing
He's-
it down.
he's
It's
first.
all gonna be in the noggin. We're not writing it down.
It's already
No,
on the
no.
noggin.
Yeah, we're fine.
We're gonna have to cut this too. We're
No,
rambling
no.
now.
It's fine. 8. He's an 8.
Yeah,
0.5. He could be a 9.
8.8.
Love it.
Number 1 on the list so far.
Yeah. Cool.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next week.
Yeah. And if you like the episode, don't forget to subscribe.